Hello model car fans, welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Ral, and this week I'm just going to show you some updates here to my Mustang GT500E convertible here, the Eleanor body convertible that I did and mastered in resin, that if you saw my previous video on this build, that I have a lot of history and passion for, as I really like convertibles, and when they started making these I just was excited about it, and since Greg was making fastback bodies and I had an extra lying around, I cut it up, and well, you saw that video and what I did to it. So I had mastered this one, and so after all these years of it bouncing around and everything and me not knowing what I want to do with it, I'd gotten my master back. This is one of my resin ones that I had made, even though the master was from resin also. But I've been doing a lot of body work to this thing, just getting it taken care of and straightened out and thinned out in some areas. And while it's not perfect, it's I'm getting there with it. But really happy with the way it's fitting. And I've shot, you can see it's gray primer, and I was working it, and then I shot, it's got white primer on it now, because I think I've decided on a color. But that's my biggest thing on this particular one, was getting a vision of what I want to do with this thing, what I want it to look like. And I know one of the things is I'm going to put the gas cap here, and I'm not going to have it on the quarter panel, because on the fastback it's up here, and I've seen some of the convertibles they put it here. I'm going to leave the gas cap back here. Just I think it looks better back here. But I don't know what color I want to do. And I know I don't want to do black or pepper gray. I really want to have something loud and bright with it, and I think I pretty much settled on yellow. I was kind of in between orange or yellow or burnt orange, but I've done burnt orange a lot lately, atomic orange. So with this one, I was discussing with my brother that I really want to do a yellow, and I'm going to do it with black stripes, black interior, so I got the black out and took care of that. So now I got it primed in white and pretty much ready for yellow. But I had this, which is just bright yellow, non-metallic, and my brother goes, oh, I have a paint, I've had it for a long time, and I really think you should look into it. So he brought over this one, which is Boyd's enamel from Testers, if you remember these paints. But this is Illuma Yellow Pearl, and it's a yellow metallic pearl, and I like it. I just trying to decide what I'm going to do and if I'm going to actually use this. This is a sealed can that he's never opened, and it's from 2002, so it's literally 20 years old. But he's had this for a long time, and I'm going to start rating him for some of the paints, because he used to build models too, and he kind of fell out of it, where I kind of fell deeper and deeper into it, as you know, on my channel. And so he gave me this, and I'm really looking forward to doing it. So, but I'm still indecisive. I think it's going to look good, but then I'm like, all right, I think I'm going to do the wheels in black. So, black these out, leave the trim rings, but do these in black. But whether or not I want to do metallic black, because Eleanor has black metallic stripes as far as the movie car goes, and whether I just put regular black stripes on it, because I got to paint the stripes on, but I have the GT500 decals for the doors, so I want those on the doors. So I've been just kind of tinkering and playing with it, and I took my time, and I got the body work done, and I started working on the interior bits. So I got all of this done, and I started fitting, mocking up and fitting some things. So I got the firewall in place and seriously glued, because I needed that to help mock up the interior, as I was just making sure everything fit. So I got this all in there. I may flock the carpet. I haven't decided yet if I want to really start detailing this one out, since you can see the interior. But I probably will flock the carpet, and I'm just going to leave the regular Mustang seats in it, and got the door panels primed or shot in black and ready to go. I just need to foil them and do some of the highlights. But I got a lot of stuff still to figure out, and I haven't decided if I'm going to keep the Shelby steering wheel. I think I am. Got the roll bar and all the suspension, but the suspension, I'm going to have to put it all in the body, get the body painted, get it all done. interior fitted, so I'll mainly work on the body and paint, get all of the interior fitted and detailed, and get the chassis put in, and then I'll start working on the suspension and the exhaust, because I've cut this so if I have the engine in place and it goes so I can make the U-turn and go to the side pipes, which is what I did on my last one. But I haven't decided motor wise. I think I'm just gonna keep the small block and just dress it up and really not go to town on the engine on this particular one. But I think I'm going to keep the small block in it, but just you know, detail it up and make it look nice. But get this one fitted and done, and keep these like cherry bomb resonators, pretty much is what these look like to me, and just redo the exhaust pipes. I may shorten them just a little bit, but I'm not 100% sure exactly where these fit and where they go. So, but I gotta work on, get the engine in there, get all that detailed, the engine compartment, and then get the chassis fitted to the body, but get all the body work done and the body painted. So I glued this together, but I decided I cut it off because I'm not going to use the exhaust all the way out to the back. But when it comes to the ride height and everything, I may have to modify all this stuff, which is why I'm going to put the suspension on almost last, so I can, if I have to modify and cut stuff. But it's kind of a shame. Really should just put everything all together and mock it all up, but it's not my style. But that's a better way to do it, really. But I do it kind of this way because I know how the bodywork is fitting and all the interior stuff is fitting. It's just once it's all said and done. And for me, I've had a couple of them where I mock up the entire suspension, get everything all fitted, and it's looking really good. And then once I glue it together, finally something moved, something shifted, and it's not where it's supposed to be. So I'm like, alright, well, we'll see how this goes. And I did a lot of the body work to the hood and fitted the hood, and it's primed in white, pretty much ready for yellow. I didn't paint the underside yet. This is going to be all semi-gloss black, just like the engine compartment. And the rear bumper on this is going to be painted body color. So right now it's off, and I'm going to paint it off the car as far as the yellow goes. But once I put the stripes are going to go over the rear bumper and all the way down the back. So I think I'm going to paint this off the car in yellow. And once it's painted, and before I put the stripes on, I'll put this on the car and then paint the stripes on, because I think the stripes are going to go right on here, because I want to do the Super Snake stripes, which are small one, big wide one, and a small one on the side. So it's three bars pretty much, but those are pretty much known as the Super Snake stripes. So that's kind of what I want to do, give it a Super Snake look, even though I think I'm just going to keep the small block in it. Even though I'm tempted to find a more modern motor or put modern injection on this. Not really sure what I'm going to do, but right now I'm just kind of keeping the small block, and I think I may just dress it as a Shelby and put the oval air cleaner on it, the Shelby oval air cleaner, which I have over here, and keep going on that. But yeah, I still got a lot of stuff to do, but I haven't really touched any of this. Got the emblems and stuff. There's that air cleaner I was telling you about, buried in here. But that's from the AMT kit right there. The 68 has that air cleaner. So, and I really like it. It's just a very good looking air cleaner. I got the taillights and some of the other stuff in here, but I got a long ways to go and a lot of fitting to do. But I really, looking forward to getting this body in color and getting the stripes on it and painted and cleared so that it's pretty much ready. And I did leave these lights in here. Something I kind of go back and forth on is, on the real cars I kind of like these opened up as brake ducts, but the movie car, these are all lights, so it's literally got 8 lights in the front, and I have a hard time with these, and these kind of gives it kind of a shark look nose to it with all the lights and nostrils, it kind of looks like to me. But they're there, and I didn't want to shave them, fill them off, or make it look too much like a regular Mustang, even though I kind of prefer the regular Shelby hood versus the Eleanor hood. But it looks good, and I like this hood, but I just like the Shelby one a little bit better. But got it fitted and fitting pretty well and actually closing. That's part of the problem with the resin one, is it's kind of twisted, and I was having some problems getting it to, but I did a lot of, you can kind of see the lines here where I shaved it, and it's much thinner and tapered at an angle. And then also on the back of the hood here, you can see I shaved that because this hood was a little thick and it was pushing it up. So I angled that, shaved that a little bit, and shaved all of this in there just to help the hood close. So you know, that happens quite a bit with some of the resin bodies. So that's kind of one way to get your hood to fit. I probably should do tips and tricks on dealing with resin and resin bodies and stuff on some of this stuff like this. So I'm gonna get this one shot in the yellow paint here pretty soon, probably in the next couple of days, but it'll be bouncing around on and off my desk here. Pretty excited about getting it done, but it's got a ways to go. And give me some ideas what you'd like to see, or you know, how you would build it. Really like to get some ideas there, but I just don't really have a full-on vision of how I'm going to build this one. But I do want to keep a lot of the Eleanor tweaks to it. You know, a bright yellow, and which yellow you might want to do, because I think the bright solid yellow would look really good with the black, but I'm really interested in this particular pearl color. But my brother says white stripes, and I'm like, I don't know about white with the yellow, but give me your thoughts. And thank you for tuning in, subscribing, and all your comments. I really appreciate it. And you guys, you have a wonderful Saturday, and I'll see you next weekend.